What's going on, everybody? So today we're talking about Midas. This is going to be another update. So with this update, there's a lot of moving parts going on in Midas right now. I'm going to tell you guys like my theories of like the ideas that I have currently, my mistakes or tests that I've made so far with the project, as well as some beginner strategies if you're thinking about actually investing into Midas. As well as some announcements that they just went over. So before I get into this, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just one broke millennial, and I am documenting my road to financial freedom and the bumps and bruises along the way. Okay, so earlier today, I saw that there was going to be another downturn in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So usually when that happens, all the other DAOs, they take a hit, just like all the other crypto coins take a hit. And because of that, usually we'll see a sale going on in Crown as well, and this is the sale that happened, as you can see here. Now, I already knew that if I did maybe a sidestep method that I would lose Crown, but I just didn't know how much I'd be losing and if that strategy was even good, like even still good in this kind of DAO that has taxes on it. So what I did was I sold my position, I want to say here, around the $17 mark. Now the issue that I was running into was the slippage was higher than I thought it would be. So the current, I want to say the current tax on it is because it's below $200. No, because it's below $40 or something like that. It's a 20% tax. Now that 20% tax is not covered by slippage. So if you set slippage to 20%, it still won't work. You have to do like 25%, but if you do 25%, you get a chance of being front run, meaning you're going to be like selling at a way lower value than what it normally should be. So technically, I lost about 25% of my investment, of my like $1,000 investment, which brought me down to I think $800 or like $784, and that was when I sold here. Now getting back in, it's a 1% tax with the price being that low, no slippage, and I saw that getting back in, I wouldn't really gain my crown. Like I wouldn't gain even more crown unless this thing hits like $13. Like if it hit $13, then I would get like 10 crown back from my $800 investment, which would have been dope, but I didn't see it moving past 13. I'm sorry, I didn't see it moving past like 14 something. And even in this range, it'll only be like 1 or 2 crowns, so it's not really worth it. The rebases alone would pay for that. So that was my initial test, and then the only reason I sold is because I saw this. I saw the mem here. There was a discount. I had a discount of 21%. And that's what I got back in at 15 mem. Now, of course, the discount is sitting at 15% because the price of Crown is $17.30 currently. If this price was higher, then it would have been like a 20% discount or whatever. And that's what I had locked in at. So anyway, I'm locked in at 15%. And the discount really doesn't matter. What matters is, are you locking in the price of your mem at a lower price than what the current price of Crown is? Because while I'm minting this at 15, this price could go up to $18, $20, $30, but I'm still locked in at 15. Now the only other issue with that is that while I'm locked in, and I'll show you that, go to redeem, while I'm locked in, I'm not getting any rebases. What I would do is I would have to claim these rewards. Wait, am I getting rebases? I totally forgot. If you guys watch like previous videos that I was minting in, I want to say I think I was getting rebases off of my my claimable. No, that was for the warm-up period. My bad. Yeah, so for this, I'm not getting any rebases. I would have to claim and auto stake in order to get rebases off of this current 3 crown right now. So as you can see, I'm gonna get 52.9. This is basically like 53 crown, and when I did my sell, I had 56 crown. So all I'm losing is 3 crown. And the only reason I'm getting back so much is because I had a 21% discount with minting, and I had 25% loss. So really, I'm only getting a like 3 or 4% loss total from the sale, only because I'm minting again. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That is just like a test I want to run. So if you are currently in Crown, it is not in your benefit to sell. You can do what you want, but it's not in your benefit to sell. You will miss out really hard. Like you will lose like 25% of your entire pot if you sell at this low of a price range. Now the other thing is, if you're trying to get into it, I would say if this is your first time getting in, or you're trying to dollar cost average, look for the mem discount. The mem for me is the easiest way to get in, because mem is like dollar to dollar. Like one mem equals $1, so that's really easy just to put my mem in here and then go through with it, instead of like doing a Crown mem liquidity pool and then using that token. Like I just hate numerous steps to do this kind of stuff. So I found that to be really easy. Plus, it's the only one that's giving you a discount right now. Everything else is at a negative. So let's say you're trying to get in. You can either just buy, or you can use the mint. I would say use the mint. Even if you're dollar cost averaging, use the mint right now until this goes away. Don't just like outright and buy it, and then just stake and hold, and just keep staking until the Midas crew decides on, doing something else with their treasury or whatever. So actually, that's what we're going to go over now. My thoughts on what's going on in Midas. Let me pull up the Discord real quick. Also, I don't want this to be construed as like hate or FUD or anything like that. I mean, I'm still in Midas. I didn't sell just to sell. I sell to test what the tax was and how it works, that kind of stuff. And really, honestly, what I'm seeing in Midas, like, I'm not really happy about it. But at the same time, I mean, most people aren't. But I'm still not one of those people that like love to just, oh, this is the greatest, developers are amazing, stuff like that. Maybe in the beginning, but like as I sit back and watch, I don't like to be a sheep and just follow everybody and just blindly follow without asking any questions. I think that's the most important thing, is that I'm messing with money here, right? This is cash. And even though it's cash that I'm willing to lose, it's the idea that if I'm messing with money, it should be the most important thing for me is to feel secure in my purchase and secure in my investment. That's just like how the rich stay rich. Like if they don't feel secure in their investment, they just go somewhere else where, they can feel more secure. So the reason why I say that is because there's been announcements in the past, and that's what we're going to be focusing on now. There's been announcements in the past of buybacks. Well, when are these buybacks happening? That's the problem for me. And I understand that they can't outright say when the buybacks are happening, because then there's a chance of market manipulation where people will just buy up a bunch of Crown at this low numbers in plans of selling when the buybacks happen. But in saying that, the tax is in place for a reason. The sales tax is to fight back stuff like that. But if they're not using the sell tax to do buybacks, then of course it's going to get like manipulated by people who do want to sell when the buybacks happen. But I think that's the idea. Like the developers removed unstaking tax in order because they said that why have another barrier when the sales tax is enough? Okay, cool. We'll use the sales tax to buy back some. Hold on right quick. Let me turn this off. All right. So anyway, let me show you what I was talking about. Well, there was a tweet somewhere before where it was like, if this gets so many retweets, then we'll use $50 worth of each retweet to like buy back the treasury. And that, here it is, that equaled up to $100,000. But there's no buyback for that. Instead, what they did so far, which there will be buybacks, but we just don't know when, what they did was they chose to burn Crown. Midas DAO team just burned 43,000 Crown, worth approximately $650,000 at the current price. That's cool, I don't understand why the team members have to keep burning their own crown when there's taxes and like there's enough taxes to buy back crown. Like I don't want them to keep giving up money. And maybe they keep getting money, maybe they keep getting more and more crown, but I thought there was somewhere where they don't get more, like they just get so much. And like these burns are like permanent, so it's like they're permanently draining their own wallets. But you have taxes though, so I mean I don't understand why do that. But anyway, and I did make a roadmap. The only reason I'm saying that is because I made a roadmap video and I didn't put it out because the price at the time dropped to like $17 as opposed to it hovering around $20 to $30 when I made the initial video. I'm still going to release the video, but I still want to see what's going on currently, and I want to bring you guys the information as I see it. So just a reminder, the migration portal will be closed January 25th. That's tomorrow. So if you're not, if you haven't ported over, like please do that as quickly as possible. And then here's the new one. And tell me, like in the comments below, tell me what you guys think. So a quick update on what's going on behind the scenes. I've recently seen a lot of questions about runway or backing, so I've decided to clarify a few things. And as you know, our backing is now at $2 again. I feel like this is version 1 all over again, but whatever. But yeah, the backing is really low. At the same time, the backing really doesn't matter because as the price drops, the backing drops anyway. So it's like you will rarely see a DAO hit its backing price and then the so-called protocol kick in, because there is no real protocol on these DAOs. It's all manually manipulated. There is no automatic buyback from like the computer doing its thing or like how it's supposed to be. These are all like developers are saying, okay, it hit the backing price, we need to start making these buys. As you can see with Time Wonderland, they went past their backing price and they're now implementing buybacks. So MidasDao uses and will continue to use some of the core ohm/time functionality. However, significant changes are on the way. After migrating to version 2, we began a completely new ecosystem that had never been seen before in the combination we're developing. I don't know if it's never been seen before, but I mean, okay. At the same time, we only know what you show us. So that's saying that this has never been seen before. Like Time Wonderland is kind of doing these same things. Throne nodes are the most significant change that is about to be revealed and released in the very near future. So remember, throne nodes, they were supposed to be like strong block or something like that, where you were locking a certain amount of liquidity, and then over time you would get, well, not over time, you would get increased APY, like an APY multiplier on that whatever, and then you can, after a certain amount of time, you can get that money back. Well, not the money, but like the investment coming from that. So for example, but they changed that already. So they're kind of like doing away with that, but since now Throne is technically the wrapped version of Crown, and that's what they're calling Throne, like they're going to be coming out with something else. For example, once a new DApp is revealed, we will no longer use runway or backing. We will continue to use minting. Staking APY will be reduced in favor of Throne nodes as well. For example, once a new DApp is revealed, we will no longer use runway or backing, but will continue to use minting. Staking APY will be reduced in favor of Throne nodes as well. So the staking APY, the APY that they said was going to remain competitive across, across the whole DAO environment, that will be reduced in favor of Throne nodes. So hopefully these Throne nodes are going to be like the most amazing thing ever, but jeez, dude, it is exhausting looking at this stuff. With them, a completely new DApp will most likely be developed in 2 stages. 1, there will initially be a separate dashboard for Throne nodes. 2, our current DApp which most of you use on a daily basis and is easily identified by ohm/time forks, will be completely reworked and merged with Throne Nodes DApp. So the DApp that they're talking about that is going to be merged is here, let me move this out the way. They're talking about this. This thing is basically just a copycat version of Time, of Ohm. Like they're all copies of Ohm. That's why the dashboards look the same across all the different DAOs. So what who's saying this right now? What Golden Boy is talking about is that once they create the application for Throne Nodes, it'll look completely different. And this, like all this minting and probably staking and stuff, it will be merged with that one that has the Throne Nodes on it. So after completing the first and second stages, we will completely rebrand our main page to reflect our DeFi X model. That's what the whole DeFi X idea is like a completely different take on this whole like DAO based thing. We will be completely separated from them. As a result of this, we will be able to concentrate on our own ecosystem, DeFi X. So what they're trying to do is separate themselves completely from the DAO model and have a whole different model and label it, market it as DeFi X. More technical information about Throne Nodes, such as how much it will cost, what the APY will be, whether it will be able to afford, I will be able to afford the node, and so on. Don't worry, crownies, everything will be revealed shortly. Expect sneak peeks in the coming days. And one more thing. Hashtag investments has been updated and the majority of our funds is completely allocated in the safest possible positions. We intend to invest 2 to 3 projects with a medium to high risk in the coming days, which we believe will generate good short-term revenue for Midas DAO. All right, so before we let's jump into that real quick. Investments. This is what they're pretty much doing right now. The memo, which is the collateral to be borrowed, approximately 550,000 mem, which were added to the Midas DAO treasury, very low risk. Dream, which is $865,000, so that's on the Ethereum blockchain. Refi, I want to say that's also on the, like all this stuff is on the Ethereum blockchain, I think. I'm not necessarily sure about Beefy Finance and Blizz. So these are like liquidity pools that they got into recently. Farming approximately $2,000. This one is farming 19,000 AVAX. This one is $1.9 million, and then this one is $1,400,000. $1,400,000. So this is like the partnership that they had with Refi. Here's my issue with it. When they talk about the roadmap and they talk about all the things they're doing, and also with the tweets, I believe that I'm not gonna say that they're not hardworking. They are extremely hardworking. It's a hardworking team, hardworking developers. I wholeheartedly believe that. I also believe that they are extremely revolutionary without looking at the short term. I believe that they have these really big goals that they want to set. And sometimes I think that they promise more things than they can actually do at the moment. Like in all good intention, these are the things that they want to do. Like, the buybacks that was like $100,000. Instead of the buybacks, they're burning tokens. And instead of using the tax to make this work, like to stabilize everything, like I would test that. Just see if it works. Just see if the whole buyback thing using some of the taxes will work. What I'm seeing right now is that I believe that every time someone sells, that tax, of course it goes to the treasury. I think they're using that tax instead of doing marketing, which I understand they will put that on hold. Instead of using that for buybacks, they are using that to invest in all of these other assets in order to get money for the treasury. But in turn, when we know that the market is in a bear market right now, where Bitcoin and Ethereum is dropping, all these other projects would drop too. So the short-term, gains that you would get from these other projects, to me, would be negligible because the market is in a giant downturn. The only thing that I've seen that's really getting any profit right now is Drip, like the Drip network, because they have that functionality where the taxes buy back coin, and it's the only thing that's up. Well, not even just up, mooning right now in this whole downturn market, especially with the DAOs. So again, I like the idea that they want to create this like giant grandiose thing, but what I don't like is that they're not necessarily like they're promising certain things, but they're taking so long to implement those things after they've already been talked about. Why would you promise these things, get so much social currency behind it, and then never do it? I don't know. Like, maybe that's just me. Again, I'm still in it. I still believe in the project. But my like doubt is a little bit stronger than it used to be. And now it's like as clear as everything is and transparent as they want to be, it's getting to be a little bit more cloudy for me, even with all the transparency, because for one, you have to really know what you're looking at when in terms of like the transparency. This is what we're doing. Yes, I see what you're doing, but what about this stuff? And if you look at the roadmap in January, let me see if I can find that roadmap real quick. Everything is like legit what I'm talking about. So January, the partnership announcement, they had that already. The Crown buyback program launch, they didn't do that yet. I don't necessarily think that they may end up getting around to that, because we're already on the 24th of January and they're already trying to release Throne nodes. Additional marketing press coverage, YouTube, Twitter, and many other things. They'll probably do a little bit of this when it comes to Throne. But after that, it's everything else. First seed investment, play to earn assets brought in treasury, continued marketing blitz. But anyway, I'm not trying to bitch about it, even though that's probably what it sounds like. But yeah, if you got some value out of this, I mean, I hope you did, but these are just the thoughts that go through my head. I'm probably going to get like a lot of angry comments because of these thoughts, but see, that's fucking, yeah, I feel like I'm going to get a lot of this shit in the comments because I'm talking about all this stuff, but that's just how I feel. Like, I'm just an investor, and all of this is predicated not on facts, but on emotion. And there's going to be a lot of people that won't admit it, but they feel the exact same way I do. If you have any comments, like, I would love to hear your thoughts below. Let me know in the comments, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Until all are free, take care. Peace out.